Amanda, did you know that sharks eat more people than cows? I can't remember the last time I heard of a cow eating a person.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Graveyard. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Adam.
And my name's Matt.
Now, pull up a tombstone or settle into your casket and get comfortable because this is Graveyard Tales. All right, everybody, here we are again. Matt, how you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, I'm good, man.
Good.
It is number 200.
I know. I never thought we'd make it.
I never even thought that far ahead, to be honest.
No. You would think we had planned something out far in advance for episode 200, but neither of us thought 200 would happen, or if we did, it just wasn't a thing in our brain. So,
well, hell, we almost missed it.
Yeah.
we weren't paying attention. And I was like, hey, what episode is this?
Yep. I knew it was coming up because I have to number all the episodes, but it didn't even register. I'm just going 198, 199. And real quick before we get into it, we want to say go check out the Podbelly Network at podbelly.com. You can find different shows to listen to and some tricks on recording a podcast, but go over there and check out their list of podcasts that are on their network, and we're proud to be members of the Podbelly Network, and you might find you something that you actually really enjoy that you wouldn't run across anywhere else. We also want to thank tonight's sponsor, HelloFresh. We'll talk a little bit more about them later. And while you're on the interweb and doing stuff that you probably shouldn't show your significant other, go over to patreon.com/graveyardtales, and you can sign up to become a patron. We have different levels. Our $10 patrons get to see the video versions of us recording the episodes. So we leave in all the screw ups and stuff like that I would normally cut out. And this is going to be an episode that you probably want to watch the video on. You probably have already figured it out with the beginning joke there. But if not, Matt, why don't you tell us, what are we talking about tonight, brother?
So tonight, for our 200th episode, we have brought our lovely ladies. Mm-hmm. Amanda and Ashlee are joining us tonight. We're gonna just have fun with this one. We're gonna talk a little bit about how they thought we would do when we started this, and we're even gonna get the opinion of the kids.
I know, which is scary.
What they
honestly
think, yeah. So it's going to be fun, but the ladies were nice enough to join us tonight and help us. So I don't have anything else. We might as well just get into it, right?
Yeah, that's right. So real quick, why don't y'all introduce yourselves? And they know by now which one goes to whom, but if you want to say hi.
I'm Ashlee. I'm Adam's wife.
And I'm Amanda. I'm Matt's girlfriend.
So we have some questions for y'all. Like Matt said, kind of figure out what your thoughts were when we started. So if you want, we'll just get into that before we get into kid questions. So I'll ask both of y'all this, and y'all can decide who answers first. But what did you think when we told y'all that we were going to start a podcast? Like the first thing when we said, hey, we're doing a podcast, what did you think?
Well, I thought it was a great idea because I think it was my idea. Yeah, I think so.
In a roundabout way, we'll give you credit. Yeah.
It was her idea
to
some degree. Because I probably wouldn't have done it on my own.
Right.
But she kept saying, yeah, you should. And then, of course, she drops the bomb when Adam's at the house. And it's like, hey, Matt talked about doing a podcast. And then Adam's like, yes. So
yeah, I was just coming off of some other thing, and she probably knew that I would latch on to that like a dog on a bone and force you into it. So
absolutely.
What did you think, babe?
Well, I mean, I had no idea. I honestly, at the time, I didn't know Matt and Amanda like I do now. And Adam is like, hey, my friends said we should do a podcast, so we're going to do it. And I just kind of thought you were all crazy, honestly.
And her opinion still hasn't changed. We're still crazy.
But in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
crazy good.
what did you think the show would last this long? Did you think we would make it to 200 episodes plus, or did you think we would kind of go and give up after a while?
I don't know. I don't know if I really thought that far ahead myself, but after listening to the first couple of shows, I really felt that it was going to be a big hit. You know, it's a great podcast. Y'all do a really good job. You actually do a lot of research, you know, and, you know, both of you are very dedicated to your art form. So, yeah, I thought it would last after I listened to the first couple episodes.
Yeah, I would agree. At first I was not so sure, but they, you know, y'all got really serious really fast and you did really good. And so, you know, it's a great show.
That Ashley's right. We got real serious real fast because before I knew it, I mean, we had microphones ordered. Adam is messaging me with stuff he could get from work, and we're putting this whole thing together. And I was like, doggone, we're actually going to do this like semi-professionally, as professionally as we could have done it in a house.
Yeah.
But I mean, next thing we got the mics. Hey, I got the interface. Hey, we got to figure out what kind of software we're going to use. Okay, we did this and that. Next thing you know, we're sitting there and we're doing the first show. And I remember us trying to not screw up so much.
Yep.
Because neither Adam nor I knew anything about trying to edit this.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you know, if we screw up, it's just going to be there.
Yep. I remember we said in the beginning that we're going to try not to do a lot of cutting and all that. Mm-hmm. And it was like putting it out there as you're going to get the mistakes and stuff because we're going to try to be real with you and all that. And we still do that. But it was also because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And it was a new program. Fortunately for me, my stepdad does audio video duplication and mixing and mastering. So he was able to show me a little bit to get us going. And that helped. But it was funny because if you listen to the first episodes, which I'm proud of, but a little embarrassed by because of the audio quality. And then you and I, Matt, we hadn't found the groove yet. And we were literally just going, in the Thomas House Hotel, it had 3 ghosts. And one of them, you know,
Yeah.
We settled into it.
We were getting comfortable with both of us being on the mic, but we were getting comfortable in the format, talking to one another and making it not sound like we were just reading from cue cards. So.
Yep. So I didn't know in the beginning if it would last this long myself. I was hoping it would, but like any other project I'd been a part of hadn't ran this long. You know, we dropped this. It was Friday, October 13th in 2017 is when we started this.
Yeah.
So
It seems like so long ago.
I know. I have to double check it when I'm looking at stats or analytics or anything. I'm like, seriously, we've been going this long and we've got that many episodes? Because there's some that Matt will remember we did an episode on and I forgot. I'm like,
yeah.
Did we do that? And he's like, yeah. And he looks and he goes, oh, it's episode whatever. And I'm like, oh, yeah, in the teens. I don't remember that far back. So
I remember those first like 5 or 6. And then after that, it's all a blur.
Yeah.
You know? And Adam will bring up something that we talked about. And I'll be like, yeah, we just did that. What, like last year? And it was like, we did it in 2018. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've gotten questions on the social media messenger or on email, and somebody will say, "Hey, have you done an episode on whatever, or will you do an episode on whatever?" And I have to go look sometimes, and because I'm like, I think we did that, and I go look. Oh yeah, it was episode 21 or whatever, and I mean, I'm guilty of it too. When a podcast has a long catalog, you don't go back and search most of the time. You just, when you get there, you get there. So, did you think the show would take up as much of our time as it does? Or did you think it would be just kind of a quick little hobby in the evenings?
I don't know. I didn't realize how much time it would take. You know, from the very beginning, it was just like, oh, I got to go do this for the podcast. I got to do this for the podcast. I'm going to go, you know, and it just, and now Matt's got it down to an art where he's, you know, dedicates a couple hours, you know, a couple nights a week, and that's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, you know, it's just, I guess we've kind of worked around it in our life. Like, you know, we go to work, we come home, we work for the podcast.
Yep. Built in now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it is shocking to me how much time it does take you guys. I know Adam spends a lot of time editing and stuff, probably at least a day a week, if not more. But, you know, there's a lot of research, a lot of just little things that go into it that people don't think about, that I had no idea that they were going to be having to spend time on. So,
Yeah, and there's, you know, there's always the little things that, you know, Adam takes care of way more than I do. Like, you know, communicating with sponsors, you know, talking to other shows, setting up interviews and those kind of things. You know, it just, you know, it takes time, you know, to do that. I mean, if we do an interview on the show, I mean, it could have been months in the making.
Yeah.
Just to try and get everybody's schedules coordinated to where we could actually do it. And that just takes a lot of talking back and forth. And what about this? Or what about that? So, you know, Adam definitely puts in way more time than I do. But, you know, he handles more of the business aspect of the show. So, you know, his phone's going off, and then usually he's immediately forwarding something to me going, what do you think of this? So, yeah, I mean, it takes up a little bit of extra time every single day.
Yep. And I'll be honest, I didn't think it would take this much time. I had no idea. When we started it, I was like, oh, yeah, this will be a cool thing to do. We do our normal stuff, and then we'll just kind of do this one evening a week. And, you know, maybe we'll do a little bit of light research here and there. But then it turned into a job, you know, and especially when we added the videos in, Matt, that was the thing that added hours to the editing. And I thought, oh, that's simple. We'll just hit record on the video and go. No, it's not that simple.
Not that easy.
No.
But you know, it was one more thing that all the Patreon members helped us be able to do, because we did have to get some better equipment and change our setup a little bit to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it sounds pretty seamless and the video looks pretty seamless, and it's not. I mean, it takes a lot of work to get it that way. I mean, Adam has to, it doubled his workload when it came to editing doing this. But again, you know, with all the great listeners we have that donate to the show every month, that's what allows us to be able to do that.
Yep. And it's worth it for the listeners to get an experience. So, what are y'all's favorite topics that we cover? Like haunted places, cryptids, whatever. What's your favorite topics?
Prison ghosts.
Prison ghosts. They always seem to be the mean ones. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're in prison.
Yep.
You know,
the things they've seen, I can only imagine.
how much would it suck to be a prison ghost? I mean, you had to spend your life in prison, and now you have to spend your death in prison too.
No kidding.
I mean,
no kidding.
like, you can walk through walls, leave, get out of here.
Yeah, right. That's something we'll probably never know is why are they stuck? Why can't they leave? Or did they just, now they enjoy it because they can screw with people that come in and they're enjoying it's like a break. Yeah, I got to be here, but I get to screw with people all the time. So.
What about you, Ashlee? What's been your favorite topic?
Definitely like the haunted hotels, the mental asylums.
Oh yeah, that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those mental asylums and like the old hospitals that
Yes.
did they had the TB patients or they were put in there for
experimental stuff.
Yeah.
Those are terrifying.
Yep. Those usually have the ghosts that I don't want to run into.
Right.
There's some that I'm like, yeah, I'd go there and experience that. And then there's some that I'm like, I'll go there, but I'm not going to enjoy it. So
I'm not going to experience it.
Yeah.
and mentioning that, it reminded me that if you guys don't know, we have a member of the graveyard. His name is Rob. He is a paranormal investigator. And Rob invited Adam and I both, but Adam wasn't going to be able to make it. I was going to go with him and his wife to investigate the old South Pittsburgh Hospital, which we did a show on forever ago. It was one of the earlier shows. And we were going to do it this last weekend, and Brooks got COVID. So I couldn't go. But I wanted to publicly thank Rob for that invitation, and I promise we'll get it together and we'll work it out where Adam and I both can be there with you guys on a hunt. We'll absolutely do it. But we couldn't make it work this time, but I wanted to thank Rob anyway for reaching out to us. That was really, really nice.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite, even though I wasn't going to be able to make it. But if we do it again some other place, then we'll do it. I'll try to get an audio recorder there with us and maybe a video recording of at least part of it, and we can share it. So what do y'all think we should cover in the future? Now, granted, I have probably a 45 to 105 page Word document of topics, but what do y'all think we should cover in the future? And if it's something on there, I'll bump it up.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I usually get all my topic ideas from Facebook and, the weird pages on the internet.
Yeah.
And I haven't been looking lately. Definitely more prison ghosts.
More prison ghosts.
Yeah, more hotels. I feel like I've already given you all of my ideas. So.
Yeah. She tells me I don't listen, but if I just showed her my list, she would see they're on there.
So this is just a ploy to get more episode ideas. Is that what I'm saying? Is that what I'm hearing?
Shh. Matt, let's move on real quick before she figures it out.
Well, I was going to say, y'all have given us ideas that we've used.
Oh yeah.
I know
the Georgia Guidestones.
When we did the Georgia Guidestones episode, Amanda was the one that sent that to us and said, "Hey, do this," and so it turned out we did, and that it was crazy.
Blew up.
Literally, and it blew up.
Yep. Well, and numerology was one that Ashlee kept pushing us to do from like the very beginning. And the reason it took so long is, like I was telling you, Matt, I wanted to do it right. I wanted to wait till we figured out our research style and how to do it. And because there was another one we did, and Ashlee was like, y'all could have done more. You could have put more in there.
Astrology.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to do that and leave stuff out. And now I have to say thank you to Jeff, our research assistant, who does help us out with the research every episode. Jeff is helping us dig for those obscure nuggets that you wouldn't find in just cursory research. So we have to.
He said nugget.
The obscure nugget.
Yeah.
Oh,
the,
it's even
the
worse. It's
obscure moist nugget. So, but yeah, thank you, Jeff, for doing that. And that actually helped us to be able to do numerology a little better than we probably would have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now
But,
here we
I was going to say, something else too is like missing 411.
Mm-hmm.
That's another really good deep dive episode that I would like to hear more of. I know that I didn't have very much to give you earlier, but now I thought that would be good.
As you're thinking. Yeah, and that missing 411, I think we have it somewhere in our notes list there to do an update, because we couldn't cover all of the episode or all the incidents in that one episode. So
right.
And there's more. I mean, there's new ones that have just happened.
There's tons. It's a lot harder now to track down those cases because David Paulides does his own YouTube show.
Right.
So he covers a lot of the cases himself, and so they're not published just for public consumption like they have been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it a lot more difficult. And plus, we don't want to just sit there and just, reiterate everything that David covers on his show.
Right.
So it's a little tougher, but yeah, there are still cases that come out that you'll see one pop up and they'll immediately, if there's anything really weird about it, you'll hear, this is a lot like one of these missing 411 cases, and especially in and around national parks. A hiker goes missing. That's immediately what people jump to.
Oh yeah.
And I remember you and I followed one for like 4 or 5 days until the guy showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, okay, is this gonna be weird? Is it gonna turn out to be one? And then it turned out to have a completely reasonable explanation, which was good.
Yeah.
For that guy and his family.
He just lost his pants and was looking for him for 4 days. That's reasonable.
Because that's what you do when you're out in the woods, is you lose your pants.
I do every time I go out there.
I'm telling you, there's things in the woods that all they want is your pants.
I know. It's the pant fay. That's what it is. So here's a list of some obscure questions here. Do y'all prefer pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Waffles.
No.
Yeah, they're like
she don't like pancakes.
No. Well, waffles are like they're like pancakes but with syrup cups in them.
Exactly.
So, to me, it works. What is your favorite thing that each one of us cooks?
Matt makes a mean chicken salad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm coming over for that then. So.
It's on the croissant.
Probably your mahi.
Mahi. Yeah. I'd put mahi on the griddle, and it's good. Little citrus marinade. What do y'all think is our best feature? And Ashley's laughing because she can see my questions here. PG show, remember?
It's a family show.
Well, then hold on. No, kid. Matt is very intellectual, and I love that about him. That's his best feature.
Yeah, I would say Adam's sense of humor.
Yeah, Matt's so smart that it pushed his hair out, and that's what it is.
That's right. What's funny is I had hair when the show started, didn't I? Didn't I still have hair then?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. We can go back and look at early photos. I think you still had a little.
I can't remember.
No, I don't think you did.
I don't
May
think
not.
so. I don't think I've ever known a Matt with hair.
It was right around that time that
So it's the show's fault that he went
Sure.
bald.
down. Yeah.
All right. So last question that I have for y'all. And Ashlee has said no to this in the past every time I've asked, but can you say, I slid a sheet I slid, upon the slitted sheet I sit?
No,
No.
I can't.
Not even going to try?
No.
No.
All right, Matt, you got to try.
Get the buzzer ready.
Yeah.
I slid a sheet I slit. Upon the slitted sheet I sit.
There you go.
Well, if you say it that slow.
Yeah.
Well, let's say it faster. All right, I'll say it faster. I slid a sheet I slit. Upon a sheeted slit,
Yep.
Yep. And there's the beep. So I won't tell you what I had my dad do that one time, and my dad doesn't cuss.
Yeah.
And he got into it like 4 or 5 words and then just glared at me and was like, no. So, all right, that's all the questions I got for y'all. Y'all have some that y'all came up with and then asked our kids, and they gave you the answer. So what we're going to do is they're going to read the question, and then Matt and I are going to try to figure out how our kids answered, and then they'll give us the real answer. So this should be interesting. If you know our kids, this will be interesting.
So the first one was, what's the one thing your dad always says to you?
For me, I was thinking it would either be turn down your YouTube or just repeating his name over and over again until he actually answers.
I don't know, but what would they say? I say the most to them.
Yep.
Probably calm down. You're gonna need to calm down.
Yeah.
Well, Michael said that you always say, if your mother says we're doing it, we're doing it. Which I feel like I've never heard you say.
I have said it. Usually you're not around. Yeah. I usually say, did your mom say we were gonna? Yeah. Well, then we're gonna because your mom wants to do it. So.
All right. So Brooks said, please stop.
Please stop. Yeah, I say that a lot.
Yeah. I was going to say that's pretty accurate. He says it to me a lot, too. I just cut that out of the episodes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you have ranked your dad's coolness, with 10 being the coolest?
Matt, you want to guess first?
My guess is that Piper said 10 and Brooks said 1 is my guess.
Very, very close. Piper said 10, but Brooks said about a 4. He needs to work on his game. So he's 13 and all boy. So these are the answers you're going to get from him.
I'm thinking Michael is still probably at the age where I'm semi-cool still. So I would give it a 7, maybe an 8.
Well, he said he would say 8.5, maybe a 9. You're just so old. You can't be a 10.
I can't be 10 because I'm old. Yeah. I agree. For some reason, I agree. The older I get, the less cool I get. So.
All right. So the next one is, how hard do you think it is to make an episode of Graveyard Tales? How much time does your dad spend working on the show?
Oh, Michael probably said an hour or 2.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead, Ashley.
Yeah, he said that he actually thinks it's pretty difficult, but by this point you should be pretty good. So maybe an hour or two.
Yeah. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I don't know. I would say probably, they would probably say a few nights.
All right, so Piper says it's pretty hard, she thinks, about 2 hours. And then Brooke says, I mean, for me, pretty easy. I don't know about y'all. And whenever is he going to give me a chance?
Brooks is dying to be on the show.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it before, and I've told him we would do it, and we haven't gotten to that yet. I had Piper on a Patreon, so
and we hear about that all the time.
Yeah. I mean, she's literally on it for 5 minutes. And now, Brooks has this idea that he's going to come up and he's going to run the show.
He's going to reinvent the podcast. That's what he's going to do.
So I was like, there's a little difference in what they expect.
Oh, yeah. Well, tell him we can do that, but he will have to do the editing and all that stuff. So, and then we'll put it to the test after that.
But hey, but Brooks is pretty good with coming up with ideas for the show as far as topics.
Yeah.
Because he's thrown a few out at me that were pretty good, and I think we've done one or two of them, but we've discussed doing a few other ones that he's thrown out there. So yeah, if he sees something, he sends it to me, or he comes and finds me and shows it to me. So
that's cool.
He's pretty good.
Michael does that with jokes. If Michael finds good jokes, he'll send me the jokes, and so I have used some of his on here. So I'm glad they're that involved, that they care about the show that their dads do.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
I will add this, because we only polled the younger kids because, they're here. The older ones are off. But Miranda, who's 16, she sent me a message one day and said, can you send me a picture of the two of us together? And I said, yeah, and so I sent one, and I was like, why? She said, one of my teachers listens to Graveyard Tales and brought it up during class and did not believe that you were my dad. So I need a picture of the two of us together to prove to him that you're my dad.
That's pretty cool. I haven't had that happen yet, but I'm hoping Michael starts new school, so I'm hoping maybe some of his teachers start listening. So I'm trying to get him to promote it.
I was going to say, does he promote it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I asked him last night if he would put some Graveyard Tale stickers on his stuff that he takes to school and he said, well, for $10 I will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's advertising, so, I got to pay for advertising. And I think she put him up to it, but,
Got to make that money.
I told him to ask for 20. So.
My dad rolls around with a Graveyard Tale sticker on the back of his SUV.
Yeah.
And I put it there like the day that we got them.
Mm-hmm.
When the stickers came in, I brought one over there and just slapped one on the back of it.
Question is, does he know it's on there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He knows.
All right, so Michael has started school back, and like we were saying before, it's nice to have that kind of routine going again, but man, is it busy. Between picking him up from school and going to the gym and trying to get his homework done and all this, we just don't have the same time we did for cooking meals as we did during the summer. So it's, I don't know, it's weird. But that is why I love HelloFresh, especially during the school year. It's so much better because you don't have to do the shopping. And if you don't know, HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that sends you these fresh ingredients right to your door. So you don't have to do the shopping. You don't have to worry about what am I going to cook, what stuff do I need. And like they say, if you have a packed fall schedule, then HelloFresh has meals covered with a weekly selection of 30-plus recipes and 70-plus convenience items, all delivered to your door. HelloFresh is here to make your hectic fall weeknights a little easier and a lot more delicious. They have quick and easy meals too, which include 20-minute meals that have low prep and easy cleanup options. And it takes the stress out of mealtime with time-saving, no-fuss recipes that you can have ready in a snap.
Yeah. And you get to avoid my number one pet peeve, which is the question, what do you want for dinner?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, you already know. And you know what? We keep talking about dinner, but HelloFresh isn't just for dinner. You can shop HelloFresh Market for quick breakfasts, wholesome snacks, and even desserts. And you'll find everything you need to satisfy your cravings without stepping a foot in a grocery store.
That's great.
Okay? And HelloFresh works with your busy schedule. Plans are flexible, and you can change your meal preferences, update your delivery day, and even change your address with just a few taps on the HelloFresh app, which is great because, you know, we may be at softball practice or we may have a tournament out of town, and we're like, have we done everything before we leave? Oh, we forgot to tell HelloFresh we weren't going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out the app, tap, 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 fixed. It'll start back up when we get back home.
Yeah, that's great.
That's fantastic. And I love this Hello Custom feature that they have where you can swap out proteins or sides. If you know you don't eat red meat, that's fine. You can swap out the same meal for a different protein.
Mm-hmm.
Allergic to asparagus or something? Swap it out, and it's no problem at all. So, you know, if you guys, you know, think like Adam and I do, where grocery shopping is terrible, having to decide what you're going to eat for dinner is one of your least favorite conversation, all you got to do is go to HelloFresh.com/graveyard16 and use our promo code graveyard16. That's GRAVEYARD16 for 16 free meals, over 7 boxes, and 3 free gifts.
That's right. All you got to do is go to HelloFresh.com/graveyard16, GRAVEYARD, and the numbers 16, and use our code graveyard16, and you'll get 16 free meals across 7 boxes, and you get 3 free gifts.
All right. What is your dad's favorite cryptid?
Well, Michael, I talk about it so much. Michael has to know it's Bigfoot or some bipedal hominid of some kind.
That's what he said. Bipedal hominid.
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually said he's probably going to say Bigfoot, but I'm going to say that it's Wendigo because I think it's cooler, and he also likes Wendigo.
Yeah,
I agree
Yep.
with Michael.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wendigo
is
cooler.
pretty cool. So
I would still say the kids would have said Bigfoot.
Yeah, that's what our kids said.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's right. And, you know, Bigfoot's always kind of been my favorite.
Your
you
dude.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my boy.
Oh, Biggie.
Biggie Mc... What was his name?
What was it? Biggie McBigfoot or something?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yep. Biggie McBigfoot. Or as my grandmother said, Mr. Foot.
Mr. Foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What is your dad's favorite episode that they've done?
Oh, geez. Did he say the Bigfoot episode?
No.
No?
Nope.
What did he say?
He ran and asked you what it was, and you wouldn't tell him.
Oh.
I got nothing.
Got nothing. Refused to answer.
What would Brooks and Piper have said my favorite episode was? I don't know. Missing 411.
No, not at all.
No, what'd they say?
Piper said the one I was in.
Yeah.
And Brooks said, the hotel one.
The hotel one.
That one hotel one.
Specific.
Yeah, that's
We got like 30.
Yeah.
Did you ever think Graveyard Tales would be so popular?
I'm betting he said probably not.
He said that he hoped it would get popular and he thought some people would listen to you. But he said it's not hard to believe so many people would want to hear Dad'em talk about these topics because he's so funny.
Yeah, what a sweet kid.
It's the only nice one you're going to
Yep.
get.
Well, I owe him $5 now, so.
I think Piper would have said yes, that she thought it would be popular. I don't know about Brooks. Brooks has probably got some smart aleck answer.
He does. Yeah. Piper says, kinda.
Kinda. Okay.
And Brooks says, I mean, I think it blew up when he mentioned me, so yeah. I'm telling you. God, get me through these years.
You can get him back by saying, actually, I had Adam go and look at the analytics, and it dropped a little bit that week.
There you go.
Y'all just get ready. All 13-year-old boys are narcissists. So It's like nothing else exists outside of their world.
And the ones who don't grow out of it host podcasts. So, you know.
So you said that.
You got to be a little narcissistic to talk into a microphone with no one really listening and just hoping people listen.
All right. We asked them if they ever had their friends listen to the show.
In all seriousness, I do think Michael said he does have at least one friend that listens.
Yeah, he said, one time I asked my friend to listen.
One time.
One time. Yeah.
And I said, does he still listen? And he's like, I'm not sure. I don't talk about it anymore.
I quit paying him for promotions, I guess.
I don't know. I don't think Piper would have asked anybody to listen. Brooks, maybe. Brooks might have asked a teacher to listen.
Yeah, Piper said no. And Brooks said yes. So
there we go.
Not elaborating on any of that.
Now the older ones, all three of them have.
Yeah.
All three of them have told me that they talked to somebody about listening. Told them what the name, where to find it, something. All three of them have done that. So the older ones are solid. I've got them. I've got them trained.
There you go. You got a few more years to train the young ones. So
there's no training these two. They're raw. They're feral.
What is that? The Lord of the Flies kids?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
More like Children of the Corn.
All right. What is your favorite thing to do with Dad?
Skateboard? No? Oh, well.
He said that his favorite thing is to make Mom feel dumb when they talk about all their weird stuff while we play games and watch movies.
I do hear that a lot. We'll be sitting there playing a game or something, and Michael will say some random weird fact. And Ashley's like, no. And I'll look at her and go, yeah, babe, that's true. And she's, how do y'all know this? Just mind like a trap for the dumb facts.
That's awesome, though.
Useless information is what this house is full of.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the way he is.
Yep.
His goal is to be able to win any trivia contest at any time.
Yeah. I forget how to get home some days, but I'll remember the dumbest fact from 10 years ago. So.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I don't know. Piper, I'm not sure what Piper might have said, just running errands. We did that earlier today, and she was like, I like doing this with you. Brooks, I don't know, shopping for shoes or something.
All right, let's see. So Brooks said play games or practice ball.
There you go.
And so Piper said, I love just riding around with him.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. I mean, she seems like your best bet for training, Matt.
Yeah.
She's Brooks is a lost cause, but
I think Brooks will wind up being competition. You know, he's liable to put together his own. You know, he's already started a Twitch streaming. You know, he got into that for a little while, and you know he's talked about doing a YouTube channel. Him and a buddy recorded some stuff. So I mean, yeah, he's probably gonna wind up doing something like this.
Yeah, a year or two, he's going to come out with tombstone stories or something, and we're going to have to sit down and have a talk with him about copyright infringement and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'll show him our patent number and everything. Look, it's legit. You don't do it. I'll sue you.
All right. What is the thing your dad does that is most embarrassing?
Well, I would say when I dance in the car when we're sitting at lights, and I'm like, but I don't think he's paying attention to me when I do that. So I don't know.
He said, if he does something embarrassing, why would it embarrass me? That's all on him.
Smart kid.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I wished I'd have thought that way as a kid. I was
Really?
mortally embarrassed by stuff my parents did. So
I don't know. Dancing, I think, would probably be on that. One of them would have said that.
No, Brooks says he does a weird voice to my sister that's funny.
I do, and I only do it to her. And I don't know why I started doing that, but I can't do it. I can't do it here.
All right, so and Piper says nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's fixing to hit you hard with the I wants when I get.
She's a daddy.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
yeah, I was going to say she's buttering him up for something. Like what device or...
She's smart. She knows.
Yep.
And she'll probably get it.
Yeah.
All right. If your dad was trapped on an island and could have 3 things, what would they be?
Probably my knife, peanut butter, and a dog. And do not put the peanut butter and a dog together. That's not how I mean it.
Wait a minute.
Not like that. I thought about it when I said it. I don't mean it like that. I mean companionship and protein. That's what I'm... As soon as it came out of my mouth, I went, uh-oh, I need to clarify.
We spent a good 15 minutes on this question.
Oh, really?
Because it was, well, how long is he going to be there? What's on the island?
Yeah.
How long does he have to survive? Is he trying to come home?
Very specific.
Yeah, so I gave him some answers, and he said, well, he'd probably want an axe or a knife.
Yeah.
He's like, if it's a short time, he'd want to take some food, and then maybe you, Mom, for some company. And I was like, man, you really put some thought into this. He's like, fine. An internet connection, a computer, and a microphone. That's really what he wants.
I like both of those answers. Those are both good.
I think he'd be okay either way.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
He's got an axe or a knife. He'll be able to survive somehow. So
I'm going to say my phone, some type of video game, and pizza.
So Piper says Bigfoot's hair, and a Bigfoot, I don't know what that is, blanket. And Brooks says music, food, and me, as in him.
Yeah.
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 You know you got to have him if you're stranded on an island.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just thinking of the things I would want if I was stranded on an island.
What would you want if you were stranded on an island?
No children.
Video games and pizza.
I see.
Yep. The absence of children.
Yes.
So Matt would go out on the island intentionally some days.
All right. If your dad was to get famous for something besides making a podcast, what would it be for?
Oh, that's a good question. He wouldn't say playing guitar. He wouldn't be that nice. He would say juggling cats or doing impressions.
He said making music.
Oh, geez, he was that nice.
See?
Well, I got to take that back now. I owe him another $5. So.
You're gonna be broke by the end of the show.
I know, dude. I know.
Oh, let's see. I don't know. Piper might have said singing. Maybe that's what Brooke said too. I don't know.
Okay. So Piper says creativity.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And Brooke says probably doing something like falling.
Falling.
The amazing falling man.
Like I fall all the time or something.
Fall risk.
Yeah. You are getting to that age where you're going to have to watch your hips, Matt.
He's gonna have to wear
That's
a bracelet.
I think somebody may have posted this in the group, but I remember reading this and thought it was hilarious. It said, you know you're old is if you fall around your friends. If they laugh, you're still young. If they rush to see if you're okay,
Yeah.
you're old.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
That's true. That's true. And that would work with wives too. If they think you're still fairly healthy when you fall, they'll laugh.
Yeah.
But if they're worried about you not having enough life insurance, they're going to run and check and make sure you're all right.
All right. If your dad was a kid again, would you be friends with him?
Huh. Michael probably would say no, because I've heard stories of how he was as a kid, and I'm smarter than that.
Well, he said, if I knew he was going to be my dad, I would say no. But if he was just the cool kid making a podcast and playing music, I'd say yes.
There you go. Okay.
Wow.
There you go.
I'm going to say they both said yes.
Here
Here we go.
Well, of course, Piper said, of course, who wouldn't? She's a big brown noser. Brooke says, no.
Just no.
No.
Yeah. Well, no explanation, no nothing. Just
No.
If your dad was to get arrested, what would it be for?
Oh, Lord.
Streaking, maybe?
Well, skinny dipping and peeing in a lake while drowning 3 screaming children.
Hey, at least I'm going out on top. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a way to go right there. If you're getting arrested, it might as well be balls out.
Yeah.
Piper
I
probably
would
said
be.
something like robbing a bank or Brooks. I don't know. I don't know what he just
He's a
said.
wild card, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right, so Piper said being a hoarder of Bigfoot things.
she got stuck on the Bigfoot deal.
Yep, she did.
Brooke said something like littering.
Littering. Yeah. Can you go to jail for littering?
I don't know.
I
guess it depends on how much.
You're a chronic
Yeah, I was going to say, depends on how much you're littering or where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah. If you're littering maybe the 3 screaming children that you drowned, then if like I drowned them and Matt litters them, then maybe.
Yeah, just throw them out as I'm driving down the road.
Yeah, we'd both go to jail then and we could be jail buddies.
You have a jail podcast.
Yeah, there you go. Do they allow Sure SM7Bs in jail cells?
I don't
It would
No.
sound terrible.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
true.
on the list of no.
Yeah. Let's see. I need a Shure SM7B. I need a Behringer interface, and I don't think it'd work.
No, we'd have to be doing it from a contraband cell phone.
Oh yeah. Well, you're
you know
body
how you-
packing it in. So
So you have to carry it in,
yeah, I'm
gotta
not
go.
carrying it in, Matt. That's on you.
Yikes. Well,
but you're going to use it. So
Eh,
it's got to be a flip phone then.
yeah. Not an old Nokia.
the brick.
Samsung Note, no way.
Yeah.
if your dad had a superpower, what would it be?
Well, I've told him I wish my superpower was teleportation. So I can almost guarantee he did not say that. But I've always wanted to be able to teleport somewhere. Although I love driving, the drive back from somewhere is always the worst. So I would always want to just snap my fingers and get there. And so I don't think he said that, but I'm not sure.
Well, he said he wants teleportation, but making dogs out of nothing is much cooler, and it's my turn to answer, so making dogs exist.
I love my
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I'm going to say turn invisible.
Okay. Piper said kindness.
That's my superpower?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah. And Brooke said to shave a head super fast.
Well, according to Brooks, he's already got his superpower. So.
I do. And of course, I can't smell poop anymore, so that's my real superpower. So
there you go. I'm actually jealous of that.
Me too,
Very
because
much.
we live with 2 large bulldogs.
Yeah. We got a beagle, so it's not as bad as bulldogs, but it's pretty bad still. And doo-doo's my kryptonite, so I would love to not be able to smell it.
He said doo-doo.
yeah, he said that many times. I said we should have shirts, or at least stickers that says doo-doo is my kryptonite.
Yeah, need to figure out how to get that that image. Get just like the poop emoji and then put the words on there.
Yeah.
With flies. I'm going to have Michael draw it, and we'll have a hand-drawn sticker.
There you go.
Oh, that's awesome. He's a good artist.
Uh-huh.
Yep, he is. So I'm going to try to, I don't know how much it'll cost me, but I'm going to try to get some artwork out of him that we can turn into merch of some kind. So in the future, if you see what looks like hand-drawn stickers or posters, that's my boy.
Yeah.
I talked him into it, or I paid him enough, so one of the two.
It's going to cost you for sure.
I'm sure.
All right. What does your dad do to relax?
I'm not looking. Watch his TV.
You sit on the couch in your pajamas and sleeps.
Oh, yeah. That does sound relaxing.
Yeah. I'm going to say either video games or sitting in the bathroom.
You told on yourself. Piper said swim, and Brooke said to play the game. So
play the game. Yeah.
The game.
The game.
I'm a one video game kind of guy. So I get one
Same.
and then I play it until either I beat it or it beats me. And then we go to something else.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I haven't played video games in so long. I finally got back into playing stuff so I could play games with Michael. So I got into Call of Duty Black Ops. And he played it with me for a little while. And I think I've gotten better than he has at that game, so he doesn't want to play anymore. He tries to get me to play the ones he plays, like Fall Guys or Minecraft, and I don't know what the heck I'm doing, so I can't do that. So now we just play video games separately from each other.
Well, when it comes to those games like Call of Duty, any of those first-person shooter games, Brooks is really good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he is really good, and I'm terrible. So I hate playing them with him because, I mean, it's just me dying over and over and over.
And look, Brooks is horrible. He will wear him out. I mean, the whole time he's trying to play, he's like, go this way, go that way. Oh my gosh. And it's brutal.
Yeah. Plus, he is the biggest trash talker playing video games ever. I mean, he'll just ride you to death. You're like, God.
In the beginning, Michael was doing that, slaughtering me in that Call of Duty, because I was trying to do it like a war, and you sneak around and all that. Michael just had this knife, and he'd just take off running and just start stabbing people as he's running. And I'm like, that's not how you. And he's like, well, this is how I win. I'm like, okay. So I had to ban the knife because he would just, every time I'd respawn, he'd kill me. And then I started practicing when he was at school, and now he doesn't want to play with me anymore because I can snipe him from across the map. So, I had to give myself props. I've learned. The last game I played was Halo on the original Xbox. So that was many moons ago. But
what is your dad's most annoying habit?
Telling him to get off his phone.
Well, telling him to turn it down.
Oh, yeah. I can see that because I'm constantly going, Michael, can you please turn that down? I can't hear the TV. Michael, can you please turn that down? We're in the car, and I can hear every word they're saying. I can't hear the radio.
Oh, goodness. I don't know. Brooks would say telling him that we're going to do something and then not doing it. I don't know what Piper would say.
Yeah, Piper said nothing.
Ah!
Telling you. And Brooks said he likes to make funny songs out of any real song melody. This is true.
That is true.
It's not annoying. It's great. It's so funny.
Matt, we have a similar annoying habit because I change the lyrics to all songs we're listening to. I'll change the lyrics to them into something stupid,
or inappropriate.
Yep, that too. I think it's hilarious, and
it is.
I'm glad Matt does it too. So I knew we were alike.
Yeah.
Well, right. Michael does it too.
Yeah, Michael has started doing it too, so that's why it's not annoying.
So has Brooks. I mean, I don't know why he's clowning on you.
Yeah, he does.
Well, because it's annoying when Matt does it. It's not annoying when Brooks does it.
Right.
That's why. And I want to know how many Switches or Oculuses you're going to have to buy Piper after this.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
That's what she's
buttering
you up for.
We just got the Oculus, but the Oculus belongs to Brooks. So that's been a little bit of a challenge. Although they've done pretty good, I think. I haven't broken up any fights in the last day or two. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to owe her something. Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Well, we asked them what some of y'all's favorite things were.
Okay.
So the first one was, what's their favorite weird food combination?
He's probably going to say putting cheese on anything and everything.
I thought you said pudding cheese.
I did too. I was like,
what is that?
Well, it's this old Nordic tradition where you take cheese curd and you put it in a pudding cup and then you set it out. No,
that's
I don't
gross.
He couldn't think of anything, but he wanted me to make sure everybody knew that you liked the unicorn pudding.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's pink.
He bought some unicorn pudding one time and it was pink and he didn't like it. And I'm not one to let pudding go to waste. So I ate the pudding and I enjoyed it, even though it was pink.
It all comes back to pudding.
It does.
Oh, God. There, you can put that on a sticker. Eating the pink.
Yeah.
You're going to have
eating pudding is about as much fun as you can have with your pants on. I'm sorry, but it is.
We better stop now.
Yeah, right. I end up having to cut some of this and putting it on Patreon. So
let's see. Weird food combinations. I don't know that do I have any weird food combinations?
No, you are so boring.
Am I? As far as what I eat? Mm-hmm. It wasn't always the case. I honestly don't know. I don't know that I eat anything really weird around them. What do they say?
Well, Brooks didn't say anything, but Piper said cereal and ice cream.
Oh yeah, that's right. So my we've talked about cereal is like my favorite midnight snack.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to where I would put a scoop of ice cream in my cereal. And it's amazing because the milk stays really cold. Okay. And then you've got ice cream, and I like ice cream that has all kinds of crap in it, nuts and chocolate chunks and cookie pieces and whatever. So having the cereal in there too just makes it that much better. So yeah.
See, when she said cereal and ice cream, I was thinking you got a bowl of ice cream and sprinkled dry cereal on top. I didn't think you had a bowl of cereal.
That's how
and
this
threw
started.
ice cream in it. Yeah. Because I can be down with the dry cereal on a bowl of ice cream.
Yeah.
But that other one, I'll agree. That's a little weird, Matt.
You should try it. It's
Weird.
delicious.
Favorite TV show?
But since I've been watching it a lot lately, the Josh Gates one.
Oh, anything Josh Gates or Jeremy Wade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. We've been watching a lot of that lately on Discovery Plus, so I can see why I'd say that.
A lot of that. That's all we've been watching.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Piper said Stranger Things because we just watched
She
that.
didn't answer the next questions.
She didn't answer them.
She was done.
She had enough. She had enough. What did Brooks say?
He didn't answer it either.
He didn't answer. They gave up. They just went.
Yep.
We've done enough. We got this much.
That's basically it.
Did he answer the last one? We can skip to the last one.
I don't think that was on her list. This was one that he added for
Yeah.
Michael.
No, I mean.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He asked if I wanted him to just describe you in a few words.
Oh.
And he said that it would be a guy with a beard, a hat, glasses sometimes, that plays music and talks a lot about spooky stuff.
Michael is
Me
very
in a
literal.
nutshell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He's super literal, but you got to love it. He's literal and he's blunt. So
I like it.
you'll either love him or he'll piss you off. That's the two options. Sometimes it's good, and then there's sometimes I'm like, Michael, please just butter me up or something.
Yeah.
Don't, that's not, you don't have to be so, but I'm going to appreciate the honesty come a couple years, but
Right.
let's hope it sticks around.
I would say, yeah. You turned 16. Where have you been? At the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Out in a field drunk, you mean? Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, that was Adam, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna that was me as a kid. So that reminds me of a meme I saw. It had this person passed out on the edge of a cornfield, and it said, the good old days when you told your parents you were hanging out at a friend's house, but you were really dying in a cornfield from alcohol poisoning.
Yes.
Been there.
It must be that's a Texas thing.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it used to be a lot easier when we were kids. Now where I used to go do that is all housing developments and strip malls. Because we actually a little while ago drove out that way, and I was shocked because I remember driving down that road and there being nothing but pastures. There was a farm on this side, and there was a dude who had horses over here and just open pastures and ranches. And now it's all housing developments. I'm like, I got drunk over there. I got high over there. But can't anymore. So.
Yeah, it's probably got a Dollar General and a Walgreens out there,
or an HEB on it. So this has been fun. I know Matt and I really do appreciate you two coming on the show and answering the questions and getting the kids to answer the questions. Interesting way for our listeners to kind of get to know us a little more. So we appreciate it. And we've had, since probably the beginning, we've had people asking when the two of y'all were going to be on an episode. So we finally got y'all on an episode. So thank y'all for coming on.
And don't doubt that after this episode drops that people are going to be like, bring the ladies back. We like it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It'll be at least 6 months of every other comment is when are the ladies coming back on the show.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What if
It'll be
it's
a while
us
before
asking
they can
that?
afford us?
yeah. Yeah.
That's right. Well, thanks everybody for helping us celebrate our 200th episode. Adam's right. This has been a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll be around to do this again at number 300
or 400.
Yeah, but as always, don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. It brings us up the charts, and it makes it easier for people to find the show, and it brings more folks into the graveyard. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just go and search Graveyard Tales. And don't forget to check out our website, which is graveyardpodcast.com. And there you can find links to purchase Graveyard Tales merchandise. You can listen to the show, and you can become a patron. And we always thank everyone who has donated to the show. It has helped us get to episode 200. It's going to help us get to 300 and 400. So I had a lot of fun tonight. Thanks, babe, for doing this.
You're welcome. It was a lot of fun.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So until next time, we'll save you a seat in the graveyard.
See you soon.